Hello there, music lovers from all over the world. I'm Josh from Audiophile-Heaven, and today we're having a look at the Lotoo PAW S1. This is a DAC/headphone amplifier. This is made for smartphones and it is tiny, but it has a lot of power. Lotoo has thought well about it, and Lotoo has made a really interesting accessory for you. They have Pentacom connectors, as you can see here. And they also have two headphone outputs, one in 3.5mm single-ended mode and one in 4.4 balanced mode. This means that they are ready for explosions. You can read a bit more about the Lotoo PAW S1 and its characteristic on the back of the package. This is the official package, and I'm really happy about the unboxing experience because they come with a lot of things, some of which are really handy. This is the DAC/amplifier itself. It has a little display, and don't be fooled, it doesn't have a battery inside. You are supposed to power it from your smartphone, and it is going to draw a little bit of power from your smartphone, so the battery may get eaten a bit by the Lotoo PAW S1, but if you have a smartphone with good battery life, it is not going to prove to be that much of an issue. The DAC/amplifier itself looks pretty basic. It doesn't have a very intrusive design. It is black in color, matte black. It has the Type-C port on the top and two headphone outputs on the bottom, a 3.5 single-ended millimeter jack and a 4.4mm balanced jack. This should make it compatible with pretty much everything on the market. And don't worry, the fact that it has a 4.4mm jack is going to be explained very soon by the driving power it has. This tiny thing has a ton of driving power, and it is about in line with FIOS BTR5. It costs more or less the same money and it has similar features, although it is not a Bluetooth DAC/headphone amplifier. Inside the package you can also find a few other things, for example the manuals. There is a warranty and a manual about the Lotoo PAW S1, and here is my favorite thing about it. Those are the accessories that come with it. One is an adapter to use it with a computer. This is the adapter, and it adapts from Type A USB to Type C, and there is a very short Type C USB cable. This is a personal favorite of mine, and I love the fact that Lotoo included this in their package. It is just music to my ears and to my soul, because I love having those short cables included in the package. It makes using the Lotoo PAW S1 such a breeze. Everything is fun about using it when you have the right cables right from the start. To connect and to power up the Lotoo PAW S1, you have to connect the cable here on the top, and then you connect this to a smartphone. My smartphone sees this right from the start, and as you probably have noticed, this is a sample, a review sample, which has no commercial value whatsoever. And this is the display of the Lotoo PAW S1. It has a pretty basic display from which you can change the effect. It has a few headphone effects, or as I would call it, equalizers, although some of them have pretty funny names. Using the three buttons on the top, you can control the DAC/amplifier itself, and what you can do using those three buttons is with the one here, which is all alone, you can change the menu, and with those two you control the volume. The Lotoo PAW S1 has so much driving power that I would gladly use it for HiFi Mandeva, and HiFi Mandeva made a little baby out of the Hue D100 from ER Studio, so I'm really happy to see that Lotoo did include a very good power in their device. It has a very dynamic sound, it has a lot of punch, and if you don't like the way it sounds, let's suppose you don't like the way it sounds because you wanted something else, it has a lot of EQ options to change its sound. The EQ options are not user editable as far as I know, so you cannot really change those EQ options, but you should be able to get a very good experience if you use them. I found that I really liked the headphone option. I also liked the dental option because, I don't know, maybe at some point I wanted to be a dentist, but I never knew that. Who knows? I actually don't know. I most probably didn't want to be a dentist though. Good question. The Lotoo PAW S1 also has an interesting feature, the fact that it doesn't require an OTG cable to your smartphone. You just need to connect its little cable to its USB input and to the USB input of your smartphone. You don't need an OTG cable. There are DAC amps that do need an OTG cable, for example the HD100 from your studio, and that was inconvenient because the whole setup looked pretty messy. It takes a lot of space, and although the HD100 has a beautiful sound, it doesn't have the driving power of the Lotoo PAW S1. In fact, the Lotoo PAW S1 has more or less the same power as FIO BTR5, which is $130. It is less expensive than the Lotoo PAW S1, but I found that the Lotoo PAW S1 actually is more convenient thanks to the 4.4 balanced jack. It also has way more power on the balanced jack than it has on the single-ended. It has better control, better dynamics, a more punchy sound, like it can beat you right up, that punchy sound, and it has a very good level of detail. The soundstage is actually pretty wide and pretty deep as well. It is not one of those one-sided soundstages. It is not constrained. It has a good amount of instrument separation and a very good overall ability to pair with headphones and with EMs. I have managed to pair the Lotoo PAW S1 with a ton of headphones. For example, I have managed to pair it with Ultrason Signature DXP, and it made a little puppy out of that one. And to my amazement, and probably and hopefully to your amazement, it is able to drive something like the Audeze LCD2 Classic. And that is a very hard to drive headphone. HiFi Mandeva was also hard to drive, but really LCD2 Classic, who would have thought that such a tiny thing can do it? Of course, when talking about tiny things, you should keep in mind that there are a few other DAC/headphone amplifiers which are tiny on the market. For example, iBasso makes their DC01 and DC02 series, which are even smaller than the Lotoo PAW S1. Both of those have less driving power than the Lotoo PAW S1. This one has considerably more driving power. The Lotoo PAW S1 also has better overall dynamics and better detailing, but it is more expensive as well. The iBasso dongles are about $50 each, while the Lotoo PAW S1 is $170 at the moment of making this video review. Lotoo is known for having a pretty high quality offer on their products. They usually make high-end DAPs or digital portable players, and I am looking forward to reviewing some of their players as well, because the Lotoo PAW S1 has proven to be one of my favorite DAC/headphone amplifiers. I'll be honest with you, I actually prefer the sound of the Lotoo PAW S1 to many of the DAC/headphone amplifiers on the market, and it compares to the Next Drive Spectra X, which I have reviewed on Audiophile-Heaven. The Next Drive Spectra X has a similar overall driving power. I think that the Lotoo has more actually, but it is in the same ballpark. But the Lotoo PAW S1 has even better dynamics than the Next Drive Spectra, and the Next Drive Spectra was exceptional in terms of driving power. But this one, the Lotoo PAW S1, man, it is powerful. It is just powerful. It is just impactful. It is just interesting. No, I'm actually pretty happy about it, I'll be honest with you. If I am not trying to be funny, I actually like it. I think that if you are comparing it with what is on the market in DAC/headphone amplifier sections, it is high quality. It is very well built, no problems with it. It has nothing that would make me give a second thought to my purchase of the Lotoo PAW S1. Overall, I think that you should be really happy with it, especially since you can drive both single-ended and balanced headphones out of it. It has enough power for DEVA on the single-ended output. I probably didn't know that, but on the single-ended output, not on the balanced output. Another exceptional overall pairing was between the Lotoo PAW S1 and the Olo S4X. This is a headphone I've been enjoying lately. It is a mid-centric headphone, but it has outstanding detail. It has such an amazing overall revealing ability, especially given their price point of about $400 to $500. So this is the future. This is how headphones should be like in this price range. Those are made for mastering, so they reveal quite well. And they are a bit fatiguing sometimes because they have such good detail. They also can scare you if you are sitting alone in your room and you listen to a song you've known for ages, like the Marilyn Manson, like the songs especially songs from Marilyn Manson, and you notice some random laughing somewhere in your back, because those headphones really play that with the Lotoo PAW S1, I actually got scared and had to take them off for a second to see what was going on in my room and who is laughing in my back. So yeah, the Lotoo PAW S1 can actually bring the full power of the Olo S4X headphones, and that is interesting because those headphones are easy to drive, but they are quite hard to master. So the Lotoo PAW S1 is a really good DAC/headphone amplifier. Another headphone that the Lotoo PAW S1 has enough power to drive is the Verum 1, which Verum 1 is actually really easy to drive but very hard to master because they have a very low impedance, and connecting them to the Lotoo PAW S1 shown that it has very good control. It doesn't clip, it doesn't distort with a headphone that has very low impedance, which could theoretically short it. This means that it will have very good clarity with EMs as well. I have noticed that the background is pretty hiss free, although there is some slight noise, so you should note that everything has some kind of background noise. Nothing is absolutely silent, but this one is pretty close to silent. It is quite good in that aspect as well. Even if you have multi-balanced armature setups, which are even in the high-end range, like the Limeers Model X I have reviewed on Audiophile-Heaven, it makes a very good pairing with the Lotoo PAW S1. And I am quite happy to report that even with something that is a hiss detector like the Campfire Atlas, the Lotoo PAW S1 manages to have a beautiful sound. I could actually go as far as to compare the Lotoo PAW S1 with my current favorite, the Earman Trump. This has been a very good DAC/headphone amplifier, and I've been using it on my desk since I received it. Actually, I really like the Earman Trump, and I like the irony of the name. They made a really nice device with this one. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is that even though this has been my favorite as far as DAC/headphone amplifiers go, I really like the Lotoo PAW S1 even next to it, which means that the Lotoo PAW S1 will really have a place in my arsenal of music listening for a really long while. The only disadvantage that the Lotoo PAW S1 has compared to something like the Earman Trump is that the Earman Trump has RCA outputs, which means that you can use the Earman Trump as a DAC in a large system, and the Lotoo PAW S1 has two headphone outputs only, but it has one balanced headphone output. So if you have a balanced cable like the Dunu Hulk, or if you have something that comes by default with a balanced cable like iBasso AM05 or iBasso IT01S, you should be able to enjoy the Lotoo PAW S1 quite a bit. I thank you for watching. I hope this video has been enjoyable to you as it was to me in making and in filming it. I hope you have a lovely weekend there. I hope you'll smash that subscribe button. I hope you will press like if you like this video, and we'll see each other really soon. Bye bye.